2,000 years later.
So hi, it's embarrassingly been a minute. Like the intro to this video said, I was doing really great, and now, wah wah, here I am. But you know, things happen, stuff happens. That doesn't mean that I'm not coming out with anything. Oh my god, my kitten is messing with my tripod. So if the video moves around, we're just doing this in one take because I really need to get back to stop it, Ida. I really need to get back to making videos, like just anything, because like this video, I'm filming it in June. Technically I could get it out before June ends, but that's just not happening with my schedule. And I'm already playing hooky catch up by doing May and June in one video. I'm still posting a video. I'm about to, after I film this, I'm going to post my Primal State video, which I wanted to rework, but at this point I'm just going to put it out there so I can at least have something in June. Anywho, welcome to the book review! Book reviews! My hair is a real mess today. It's been really humid and I need a haircut. I'm also wearing the Moomin shirt. We've seen this one before, I'm pretty sure. If you see me off camera looking at anything, it's because I'm probably crocheting. I might try and put that up there, but we're doing May and June's book review in one go. May's video would have been exclusively on this book, Gideon the Ninth. Woo, boo, 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 boo. This book was pretty popular on Tumblr. Still is. It just on my dash in particular, I haven't quite seen like the same kind of zealousness I saw when this book first like came out. Why hadn't I read it before now? I'm not sure. I mean, it just really wasn't on my radar. I don't necessarily, you know, when things get popular on Tumblr, sometimes I check them out, but like lately it's been really hard for me to get into anything new. But I saw this on thanks for biting my toe. I saw this at Barnes & Noble one of the times, so I picked it up. One of my friends who I met through D&D, she really loves this series, and when I told her about it, she was like, oh my god, let me know how you like it. My friend, when I initially told her that I was going to read it, she was really excited. She's like, oh, I love this series, it's really good. So I thought that was a good sign, because I do trust my friend's opinion in media. She's got some really fine taste. As do all of my friends, but you know. Anywho, so I read Gideon the Ninth. I think this book was fantastic. There is, like, truly, what can I say as a criticism for Gideon the Ninth? Nothing. I genuinely think this is going to be a 5 out of 5 book. Should I rate it that high? Who knows? Anytime I'm like, oh, we're gonna rate this like this. My rating system's always with vibes. They're always subject to change, but I don't think this one would change. I will admit, at the very beginning, it was a little, not off-putting, but it was a little jarring to first start reading it, only because very smartly this book kind of just drops you right in the very middle of everything, you know. We're coming in media res. Gideon, for her part, she's immediately likable, at least in my opinion. I think that she's a great protagonist. I love the fact that Gideon has no idea what the fuck's happening in her life, because I can relate to that. I too don't know what the fuck's happening. But because this is a very much science fiction first, fantasy later type of book, which I do enjoy. I love it. I haven't read a lot of science fiction like proper, but it's been a minute since I've read like a proper one like this one is. And what's fun about it is also fantasy. There's a lot of fun magic in it. I love the necromancy in it. And I love the fighting. It's really interesting, and it's definitely a book that, from my own personal taste, I don't know if I would have ever truly picked this up without knowing, one, lesbian necromancers, because I think most people, if you've heard of the Locked Tomb series, which that's what this is, you've definitely heard of, like, it pitched as, like, oh, it's lesbians in space, and lesbian necromancers in space. And you know what? That is the book. It's lesbian necromancers in space. I think it's a lot of fun. Again, I love Gideon as a character. I'm actually reading the second book right now, Harrow, which I might do as a book review video. It might be July's book, we'll see. I don't know. Either that, or I might just do a singular, like every time I read one of them, I'll do one, but we'll see. I don't know. We're still trying to figure out what this channel's gonna be about. No, I'm just kidding. I know what this channel wants to be about. Anywho. So yeah, so I really loved this. This made me gasp out loud. There's so many fun twists. There's a lot of fun mystery in this story. So like, I highly recommend, even if you have seen this book and might think like, oh, maybe it's too hyped up. Again, it also always depends on like your own personal taste in books, but I truly 100% loved this book. Again, the rating system 100% will be 5 out of 5. I think this is not a series that's gonna leave my shelf. I will be rereading these books. I've read this book like 5 times already. So I'm kind of excited to have the rest of the series. I recently ordered online Nona the Ninth, and I think there's another book coming after Nona. I don't know. I'm not into the fandom or anything. So yeah. So if you're looking for a fun queer book to read in July, Pride Part 2 or whatever, pick up Gideon the Ninth. It's a fun read. It's like, there we go. It's 444 pages, not including a glossary, which I did find very helpful. I did read the rest of the stuff, which I would encourage anyone to read. Maybe even before you start reading the book, because honestly, when I was reading the back of the stuff, it really did help me kind of understand what was going on. Because I personally struggled with not necessarily struggled with, but I had a moment where it was kind of hard for me at first to parse out what exactly the world building that was going on. Not that it's that complicated. I personally just have a lot of trouble grasping worlds and characters when you have a very diverse and like lush world building such as Gideon the Ninth has, and there's like 8 different characters. Like, yeah, sure, Gideon and Harrowheart are like our main girlies. There is a lot of other people happening, and that really threw me for a minute, and I did need to catch up with that. But yeah, it was a really good one. I really do feel like I'm talking in circles because I don't want to say genuinely anything about this plot, because I want people, if you watch this video and you want to read this, I don't want to spoil anything like at all. So truly, I think we're just gonna leave it at 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10 book. Love this book. It's a great book. Highly recommend. So, and if you've read this book or this series, comment down below and let me know your own thoughts. I truly would be fascinated to hear them. And yeah, so that's Gideon the Ninth's review. That's May's review. June's book review. Drum roll, please. I'll even do it closer to my mic. I blow out my mic because of that. Dead Endia! Here's Steele's Dead Endia. Dead Endia. Dead Endia is our first graphic novel. I picked this up also in Barnes when I was visiting meeting up with a friend, because I have been meaning to pick this up, like the whole series. I've been meaning to pick them up because I am such a fan of Dead End Paranormal Park on Netflix, which, boo hiss Netflix, give it a 3rd season. I know you've already canceled it, but you know, fuck you Netflix for not renewing it again because of that stupid season 3. Or pay the crew royalties. Who gives a crap? Let me have more. Anywho, I just am so sad that Dead End Paranormal Park's gone. Like, I know I can still rewatch it, but, like, I don't know, man. That's a whole nother rant video that I could go off of with kids, like, animation shows getting, axed. Literally for no reason, but, like, whatever. Go off. So anyways, Dead Endia is a graphic novel. It's truly very fun. I love the art style. I already, like, guessed that I would love the characters because I'm in love with them because of the show. Equally in love with them in the graphic novel. I love Norma. I love Barney. There's nothing more that I truly can say. I relate a lot to Barney as, you know, I think it's really cool that a trans guy can be not only in this comic, but, you know, in the show. I love the fact that, you know, Barney's binder is mentioned. Like, there's all these little things that I appreciate as someone who's trans, who, you know, there's things that I pick up on where I'm like, ooh, that's so interesting, and, like, you know, there's a lot that I can relate to with Norma as well, and it's just really, really fun. I think especially if you haven't seen the show, I think this has some really fun twists, and even without it, it's still pretty fun, because it's 100% like, I went into this thinking it was going to be more of a one-to-one adaptation, but it isn't, and I've actually learned, thanks to this graphic novel, that the Dead End characters have really grown, like, they've grown a lot. They've gone through a lot of iterations, and that also weirdly spoke to me. Like, I think it was really reassuring to see that this author, the way that they, you know, like, admit and even show, like, different iterations and explaining, like, oh, it was at first a comic, then a webcomic, then a blah 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 blah, you know, which makes me feel better as an artist, because there are some characters, mainly in books, because I haven't really had the time to fully develop my filmmaking skills outside of my 4 years at college, for a bunch of personal reasons. But, like, I have a bunch of characters and a bunch of ideas that have gone through different iterations, and personally, as a creative person, I think it's nice to see somebody else, like, putting out these different iterations of the same thing, which I know might sound silly, because, like, there's probably a bucket full of examples, if I looked it up, or if I even thought about it for more than 4 seconds, but still, I love this. I think Dead Endia is really great. I can't wait to read the 2nd volume. If you're ever looking for a graphic novel for any occasion, for any type of person, because I think this is very relatable to kids and adults, I love it so much. I love the art style. I love the characters. This is, surprise, surprise, also gonna be a 5 out of 5 on the rating scale. This video is just 5 out of 5 books today. You can actually see right there, that is a signed print I got. That's Dead End Paranormal Park stuff right over there. One of my greatest possessions, quite frankly. So yeah. So if you're looking for any graphic novels, feel free to pick up Dead Endia at your local bookstore or library. It's a really, really great book. So that's Dead Endia. This is also one that I'm not really that I didn't really talk plot, because, like, I don't want to spoil it. Like, with both books, if I were to even, like, comment on any plot points, I feel like it would be spoiling a little too much, if you get what I mean. Plus, I'm trying to make this video short, even though I'm doing 2 videos in it. Listen, I've got, what, maybe 15 subscribers? I haven't even looked at my subscriber count in a while. Nobody's followed me lately. But also, I haven't been posting. So, hopefully I'll be able to get back on the horse, with this one. But yeah, so, Dead Endia. If you've read Dead Endia, or even seen Dead End Paranormal Park, or read any other iteration of Dead Endia, please comment below and let me know. I'm so hungry for your thoughts and opinions. If you pick this up, let me know and tell me about it, because I'd also love to know that. And overall, you know, hit the subscribe button if you feel like it. I'll do something when I reach 20 subscribers. I don't know. Give this video a like and comment below. And that's really all I have. That's truly really all I have right now. That was May and June. Hopefully July, fingers crossed, we can get a July video out and not just this one. Yeah, so I'm going to end it there. Thank you so much for taking time out of your very busy day to sit down and have a little chat with me and listen. Comment below anything you want. Feel free to like and subscribe. Yeah, that's really all I've got for you. Thanks again for joining me. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and as I always like to say, good luck out there.